Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Gonna have a crossout video for us today, guys. Now in this video we are basically going to be going over what is the crossout equivalent of a turtle or two-tail build. Now, believe it or not, things like this in the game are actually really meta. Heavy meat grinders have been probably the heavy meta in crossout now for the past year or so. They offer a really good movement part that does melee damage back. It covers the frames and the vulnerable parts of the heavy build incredibly well. So they've been like the meta or the heavy meta in the game for quite a while. And naturally, as more and more people play them, the sort of the builds have evolved. At a certain point, meat grinder players realized that, wait a minute, we can use meat grinders and use the Goliath sort of exploit thingy whereby you use the Goliath on the meat grinders build. It doesn't actually touch the ground and it just turns into an incredibly efficient piece of armor. The Goliath itself has 1,600 durability for any 1,500 kilograms, so it's incredibly good. And you just use it as a big old slab of side armor. It's not meant to be used this way. It's meant to actually touch the ground, but this one never does. And then they've just sort of gone from there to the point of now where you've got the meta setup, I guess, is a Goliath on both sides, which is just insane to be honest, because now this build is an actual turtle essentially. The weakest points of a meat grinder mainframe, like traditionally, are two. Well, I say weakest. They're not really weak spots, but they are the weakest. Firstly, you've got the gun itself. Obviously, if you take the gun of the mainframe, there's nothing it can do. It just turns into a very slow, very angry harvester build. So that's a really efficient way of doing it. But also the second most efficient way is to pop it, or essentially get behind the cabin and shoot off either its generator or its jockey. Naturally, then the mainframe builds have evolved to the point where both of those things are now covered by the Goliath, as well as obviously a bunch of armor around it. So you've got incredibly durable movement parts, so you don't have to worry about your frames or anything mounted underneath for the most part. You've got an incredibly durable cabin to the point where, it's just absolutely busted and how good it is. And on top of that, you've got a Goliath slab of armor on each side, as well as all the traditional armor that you could ever use, which is just crazy. So, yeah, mainframe meat grinders in the game these days, they just look like giant turtles. It's a really good thing, actually, that you can't flip the Goliaths 90 degrees, because I can guarantee if they could, you'd have one back here as well, just to fully surround it. Like, the only way you're gonna... The only weak area of this build is basically the back, or you can try to shoot a gun, but even then, it's going to be really difficult to do that. The gun in question, like this build originally is not mine, this design is not mine, it was a Typhoon build originally, but I don't have Typhoons, so I just used a Kaiju as a really good backup, and the Kaiju is still a really, really solid build. If you want a legendary weapon that doesn't cost particularly many coins, and you can just chuck on a heavy build and it'll do really good damage, then the Kaiju is still really, really solid for that. I would recommend it if you're looking for something like a heavy weapons platform whereby you're really strapped for coins. I would still recommend Kaiju. Did really good today. And yeah, we've got the usual 6 PvP matches to show off, and this thing is honestly nigh on unkillable. Like, you can just roll around, you're incredibly durable from pretty much every angle. You don't have to worry about losing the guns unless like 3 people are shooting you. If there's only 1 or 2, you can just kind of just meet head and just charge forward. And the Kaiju itself is really solid for shooting enemies' guns. You can kind of use it like a scorpion that way. So that's what you do. You just charge forward, taking shots like not a K in the world. I think how much durability is the original got? It's like nearly 8k, so nearly 8,000 with all the ridiculous buffs that the mainframe get. And yeah, it's just ridiculous, guys, to be honest, because now that your gun and your generator is covered by armor, or covered by armor and a Goliath, it's like, it's even more carefree than a usual mainframe. You really just don't have to care. So I cannot wait and for this mainframe to get nerfed. Gladly it is getting nerfed, but I figured let's do a video just to show how ridiculous the mainframe was at the height of its strength. So that's what we're going to show off today. And yeah, we'll jump into the games now, guys, and I hope you will enjoy. Alright, come on in, you fat obese turtle. Show me what you can do. I'll say, I haven't run. It feels like at least. Sorry. It feels like at least I haven't run a heavy build like this in ages. Good start, though. Luckily, though, we We don't really die too easy, so we can afford to just miss shots and sit in front of the enemy. Hello. I should put I need to put scope on after this match when I remember. What even is my scope on this gun? On this build? Give me your guns. Thank you. Oh, Kaiju still look. Is that a Reaper Machinist Grinder? That's almost weirder than my build, if I'm honest. Bring it. Yeah. I will happily push this guy and just try and shoot his guns. There goes one. Best way to deal with a mainframe at the moment is to just never shoot the mainframe. And there goes two. Thank you, mate. Yeah, that's the problem when you push a meat grinder. He's a meat grinder. And he just grinds you apart. Right, after all that, we're still on 3,500 HP and we've got two Goliaths left. So I think we're fine. Go for his guns, I think, because I imagine my teammates will be going for their guns. Going for his guns, I should say. Yeah, to be honest, the Kaiju grinder works pretty well. Luckily, I've still got a Goliath left. Just let him tank my shot into my ridiculously tanky carbine. Yeah, I probably should mention it before I get too far into the video, but it has been a is that? I think that's the actual original build of what I'm running now. Because I put on a Kaiju because I didn't have food, basically. Yeah, so it's been a pretty, long, awkward day for me today, so if I sound, a bit off, that's the reason. Oh, that's unfortunate. Damn, I didn't take a single gun. I thought I would. There we go. Second time's a charm. Mate, you need to, run. Kaiju still hit really hard. They look terrible. Okay, that's a very strange thing to do on Nemesis, isn't it? That's a very strange thing to do on Porks, because, yeah. Now, the Nemesis guy is pushing me, but he's only got one gun, so it's on the end of the world. I think he just crashed into this, by the looks of it. How did I not decloak that guy? Thank you, come again. Oh god, the bot. Yeah, I'm a meat grinder, mate. You can run into me all you want. That's a nice thing about meat grinders. Once you've stripped an enemy, just leave him. He's just gonna ram himself to death. Anyway. Hey, mate. Damn it. Yeah, I see you. Give me that gun, yeah. Luckily, I still have my other glove. Right, what we got left? Bought this. That was crippled, and I have just got one gun. Nice. I gotta say, I am very glad that they are getting around to nerfing this mainframe. Because it... Right. How long has this been overpowered now? Like 4 months, I think. This has just been the only heavy card to run, really. Like, realistically speaking, you know. There's no reason not to run anything else. The fact they stayed that way for 4 months is insane. How much cab does that bot have? Like 2 shots, he's dead. Helgen, could you shoot someone else? What is even going on down there? Oh, okay. Okay, too low. Pop in, please? Yeah! Teammate? Oh, this is going great. I'm amazed we're still alive, you know? Snake nerve. I say I'm pleasantly surprised by how good the Kaiju is still. It's just nice and reliable, you know, good damage, really high projectile speed, really easy to use, just perfect if you're on that fat platform, basically. It's probably like really cheap these days as well, I bet. Hello. God, you're incredibly obese. Shoot his wheels! There's a box here, you know. Give me those titans. Right there if you poke. He's losing titans slowly. I'm trying to set him in the fire. Thank you, teammates. Oh my god, 4 you almost did. Man, that Draco was just enormous. Damn it. Oh, that guy does so quick. Oh, it's Atom? Wow, you almost never see Atom these days. I needed those. Mate, just walk away. You don't need to sit in front of the Atom player. Okay, just walked into mine. Why not? Good job, mate. Why did I need you by me? Okay, that Hellgun shot is really annoying. Turn, please. Yeah, I'm a coming. There we go, see? Just needed this bit. I think this is game number 5 now. Yeah, hopefully you guys can see just how easy this build is to play. And just how carefree it is when you don't have to worry about your weak spots, you know? We don't really have any. Our gun is a lot of Dura. We've got Goliaths covering our weakest parts. Just play it like idiots for the most part, and probably still get away with it. Oh, bot just died, thank you. What the hell's going on down here? Oh, this guy's screwed. I did not need to come all the way back here. I swear, when you run in Kaiju with heat, it's so good. Alright, last bit, man. Yeah, if there's anything to take away from this video, in that, firstly, Kaiju's still pretty damn good. I looked on the market, on PlayStation Market, they're less than 3,000 coins, so if you're looking for a heavy weapon, I go with that personally, on a budget. The second thing is that the mainframe nerf cannot come soon enough. And third thing is that the developers really should get around to doing something about this whole Goliath armor thing, because it just looks a bit silly in my opinion. Ow. Oh no, the bot actually ignored me. Sometimes they just shoot you anyway. What a name. Oh no, well, that was a really good name. I can't get mad at that. Oh, okay, novels I need to worry about. Look, this guy shot me like 4 times, still hasn't really done anything. Goes to show the compilers are insane. Yeah, come here, babe. I didn't want to shoot until the Aegis had gone, but that was definitely a mistake. There's a guy behind me. That's a friendly, that's an enemy swarm. Damn it. Okay, finally. Can't count how many shots I've missed this game. Nice. How the hell did I get MVP? I suck that much. Okay, and that is it for the mainframe Goliath build. As you guys can see, it's absolutely ridiculous. Even when you're not running relic weapons on it, it's just completely busted. The mainframe carb is absurd, and the Goliath's being able to use his armor still after like This has been a thing in the game for like 3 years. I really do not know why the developers have not gotten around to changing this yet. Like, you could do it where if the Goliath doesn't touch the ground, it gets like half its Dura or something, you know, nice and easy. Like, just all you need to do, really. Just stop people doing this, because this shouldn't be the case. But yeah, as you can see, this is absolutely ridiculous. But thankfully, the mainframe is getting nerfed relatively soon, even though it's still been busted for like 4 months. But yeah, I figured, like I said, I'd do a video just to show how ridiculous the mainframe was for us to look back on in the future, you know? So yeah, hope you all enjoyed the games, guys, and I will catch you for tomorrow's video.